mast cells are cells that line most of the major organs, and they're responsible with your immune system, so they work with that and help aid your wound healing and protect you from disease. But in people like me, my mast cells are really sensitive, so just the slightest thing, they degranulate, which is the form where the cell breaks down and releases chemicals such as histamine and loads of other chemicals, and it's those chemicals that cause the symptoms of anaphylaxis and other symptoms that you can get with mast cell disorders. Switching from competing in mainstream gymnastics to disability gymnastics has been different because I visualised my routines before, but now I have to do that, and I also have to plan for any potential triggers. So will there be smoke? What will people be eating in the audience? What could potentially happen with the temperature in the room? Will it be cold or warm? And how do I need to prepare for that? I might not have that big climax of symptoms like I would as an anaphylactic shock, but I'll have a day where I'll be flushing on and off. I might feel very sick, have a headache, so it can change from 1 hour I'll be really hot and itchy, and then 2 hours later I'll be freezing cold and really dizzy and needing to lie down. So it varies from day to day. I don't think the doctors knew really what was going on, and it was just kind of a long stretch really. And every time I go into hospital they say, oh, it must have been the tuna in the tuna pasta you ate, cut out tuna, or oh, it must be this, it must be that. And after a few months I was on such a limited diet and so afraid of touching anything or smelling anything or eating anything in case it caused a reaction, and I was still having the reactions. It was a form of see you next time and maybe then we'll know what's wrong with you, and you never did. I mean, the test results came back showing different things in the acute form, but kind of an everyday unwellness, there wasn't really anything to indicate anything major happening. So discharge with an EpiPen and we'll see you next time was normally how it went. Some doctors that don't understand the condition may misdiagnose it as other things. So I was told for years that my condition was anxiety, and I knew myself it wasn't anxiety. And even when I was in hospital they were telling me it was panic attacks, and then I stopped breathing and it was all of a sudden, well, this is much more than just a panic attack. Getting a diagnosis was absolutely everything. It's what I'd been putting my life on hold almost for years. And when I finally saw it, it was fantastic to have a doctor that understood what was going on and had a lot of background knowledge and worked with different doctors. So from seeing her, I was referred to other people that she worked with, and they were able to help me even more, and then they could refer me to somebody else that understood. So it was nice to have a team. They could improve my symptoms so I could do things better and do more things and be able to get out and have a life, because when I was diagnosed I was only 20, so my life should have been starting. It shouldn't have been in a hospital bed for weeks on end. It helps me build confidence to talk about it, and I can explain it to a doctor right down to a 5-year-old child. I think more people in the community are affected by mast cell. Maybe it's not in an anaphylactic shock form directly, but in different ways, and it's important that we look into it and research it and find out more about it so everybody knows what's going on with your body, because there's nothing worse than being a medical mystery. Even though there isn't a cure, there's still hope, there's still treatment.